Welcome back to a special episode of the Jacksonville Buzz. I'm Steve Strum. Sitting next to me is Colonel Chris Budihas. I have an opportunity to spend some time with a gentleman that we've all known for a very long time, Mr. Greg Grant. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
All right, so we're here to talk about the work that you're doing with the Office of the Mayor for a small business and entrepreneurial program called JSEB. Yeah. First, sir, thank you for coming on the show. We really appreciate the opportunity to spend some time. It's really interesting to watch your success over years. What is it that you're doing with the mayor?
It is very interesting work. So there's a department called the Equal Business Opportunity Division that I lead, and part of the Equal Business Opportunity Division is to ensure that we advocate for legislation that benefits small businesses, which is, to me, really, really important work to help small businesses grow and scale. One initiative in that program is JSEB, the JSEB certification. We are the certifying authority for this certification, and the reason it was created is to help small businesses compete on contracts and with the city. And so one of the things that I saw when I took this role was it's not just only about city contracts. It is also about corporate contracts, state contracts, federal contracts, and international contracts, because we want our small businesses to be larger than Jacksonville, but we treat them well enough to keep their headquarters here. And so that's the most important part of this initiative. I think that's the greatest part of being a small business in Jacksonville.
That's gigantic. So where are we at in the JSEB process? So it started when, where are we at now, and what does that vision look like in the future?
Excellent. So this program started 20 years ago.
Wow. Okay.
And I call it there was a lot of aspirational goals around it, right? And so fast forwarding to today, we're now really executing on those aspirations in an innovative way. And I'm really excited about the different programs that we have available for small businesses. We all know that in the small business landscape, typically large corporations are incentivized and the small businesses are not so incentivized.
Right.
You know, when it comes to the dollars or economic support from city government. We are just thrilled that we have Mayor Donna Deegan, who is basically saying we're going to make sure that our small businesses are supported and that Jacksonville is a place where small businesses thrive. So in 6 months, we've been able to create so many innovative programs that's provided that economic support, and we continue to grow those.
That's great. So if I'm a small business, I exist, I probably want to be part of JSEB. How do I join? And then, hey, if I'm not from Jacksonville, but hey, I hear what's happening in Northeast Florida, I want to come there.
Right.
What's the reason I want to come there to be part of JSEB?
Absolutely. So I'm going to start with first the reason why you want to be a JSEB. The reason why you want to be a JSEB is not only for the certification. We can all get certifications from anywhere and put the plaques on our wall. The JSEB certification is just not a badge. It's actually a community.
Okay.
Inside of that community, these small businesses have access to resources that they normally would not have access to if they were not JSEB certified. So those resources are education opportunities. So within that education sphere, we work with colleges and universities here in Jacksonville where they get these classes and courses for free at no charge to them. And I say for free, but our tax dollars, right?
Yeah.
Government support. In addition to those courses, it's not about just theoretic-based courses, but we also have industry experts that teach practitioner-focused courses. So they're able to put this stuff into use.
So that's gigantic. So if I'm a small business owner, I don't have a background in finance like Steve does, but I got a little gap in my swing.
Yep.
I can take one of these courses and seek mentorship and then close that gap.
Precisely.
Okay.
And another program that we have on the education side is mentorship. So if you don't have that skill, we'll put a mentor with you side by side to help you with that skill, even up to contracts. If you've never bid at a government contract on any level, inside the JSEB program, we put a coach with you, next to you. They help you analyze a contract, they help you to identify, and also help you learn to write the proposal.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah, and that's just the education. And number two would be the community engagement, but number three is really important to me, and that's access to capital. the JSEBs have access to capital in this community that they don't have access to outside the community.
Wow.
You don't need the bank. The government is being that bank.
And we're not just talking about, like, Steve Strum is in the financial services, and we're not just talking about these type of businesses. We're talking about, and I hate to say the plumber, but the plumber all the way to information. So any small business that's in the Jacksonville community, they obviously have to go through the the proper vetting process, which is your department, and they can go through and have the coaching, the mentorship, the visibility, but then also an actionable battle plan for them to get that first contract to go into the opportunities that you're trying to give for Jacksonville as a community, or Northeast Florida, I should say.
Correct.
And of course, as we take it away, something I've had the opportunity, I've known you for a very long time.
Yep.
You are a, business owner, an educator. There's a lot of things that I could say Greg Grant is, but your dedication to our city and our area, you have taken all of the Greg Grant entrepreneurial businesses and you've had to put those on the side so that you can serve the mayor's office and then the city of Jacksonville.
Correct.
And so obviously that's something that I don't want to underscore. You have such a dedication as a human being that I've known for a better part of a decade. You are taking all of your personal stuff, putting it over here so that you can help our community.
Absolutely.
And part of that help is this opportunity, and Client Focused Media is super, appreciative and excited to partner with you guys, that we're going to have an opportunity to run all those JSEB guys through this to give them a little bit of love and shine a big bright light on what they're doing, what you're doing, and the city of Jacksonville. I know you can't talk about anything yet. What's next?
Well, what's next, I'm not going to say for me, but I'm going to say what's next for the small business community.
That's fair.
Right. So with the small business community, I'm really excited to announce our JSEB Marketplace. The JSEB Marketplace is also giving our JSEBs even more exposure to contracts, to our chiefs, to our directors, and exposing the government to what they do in person. And so that JSEB Marketplace is going to be right in front of City Hall in the James Weldon Johnson Park, happening once a month. So that type of exposure is what we're looking to do, because what I've learned in many cases is that the government doesn't know what the small business is doing, and the small business doesn't know what the government is doing. So it's part of our job to connect those dots.
And of course, there's just so many dots to connect. What we'll do is we'll make sure to hang all the links, whether it's the events, how to get in the program, all the things. We'll put it on our website on thedailynewsnetwork.com. And I know we're going to be seeing you on occasion, running these guys through our opportunity here to be, a partner with you guys. And thanks so much for taking time to come. I know it's hard to get on the schedule of the mayor's office, and I know it is. It is. I appreciate you taking that time this morning to come share what your vision is in the city of Jacksonville and what Mayor Deegan's doing to help make it a better place for everybody.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Guys, thank you so much. And by the way, you two fine young gentlemen, of course, I know about your service to the great military that allows us to do what I do, so I do thank both of you for that. So on behalf of the JSEB program, Greg Grant, Colonel Chris Budihas sitting next to me, and Steve Strum, thank you so much for joining us. Make sure to check out the future episodes about small business owners and what they're doing to make the economy great in Jacksonville. And as always, remember, live with gratitude.